Welcome to my off-grid adventures. I'm Frank. This is my puppy Pumpkin, my mini golden doodle, and we're glad you're here with us today. We have what I hope will be a relatively simple and easy project to do together today, and that is to modify my garage or modify my generator shed here to get better use out of the space by elevating the solar generators up higher so that I have room to place things underneath them, some tools and stuff. Because right now they're on the floor, and that just means there's really nothing else you can do with that entire space above it. So that's what we're going to tackle. I've got a rough idea of how I want to do this. I'm just going to use a board that I bought from Home Depot and a jigsaw and some braces that are rated for hundreds of pounds, so hopefully it'll hold these up. I did buy something that I thought would accomplish the same result from Amazon, a shelving system that was rated for 200 pounds weight per shelf, but it wasn't even close to that. Each of these solar generators weighs about 100 pounds, and just putting one of them on it caused it to collapse in on itself. So I sent that back, and now I'm just going to make my own solution. Let's get started. You ready, Pumpkin? Yes, I'm so excited. As you can see, I'm wasting a lot of space over here. So what I'm going to attempt to do is mount this board here in a way that goes out this way to about there, and then back this way, and then have them meet in the back corner because they connect with a rather large rigid cable that can't bend or be repositioned very well. So we'll have one of the generators going this way. That'll be the extra battery, the smart extra battery for the EcoFlow Delta Pro. And then the one that will come this way toward us on this wall is the standard EcoFlow Delta Pro. And that's because I really don't need to look at the readout on the smart battery. It's fine to just look at the main one. So we'll have that one facing us, and we can always peek around and see the other monitor if we need to, or we can check it out on the Wi-Fi connection on the phone. So we're going to just take some measurements. We're going to start with the board that goes across the back wall, and then we will measure and cut to size the board that will come toward us now. And I think this will be a good solution. I think it'll gain me a lot of space in here. So let's try it out. What I'm hoping will happen here is that my board will rest on top of this ledge, and on top of this ledge I'll notch out that corner, and then it'll have a lot of support there. And then I'll be using these brackets. It says a working load limit 600 pounds, and these are about 100 each. So it shouldn't be a problem. So I'll have that support up above. I'll have one of these here, and then a couple of them coming out here. And it should be plenty to support it without having to have legs coming all the way down and blocking my ability to use the space underneath of them. That's the plan. Pumpkin. Puppies. Yeah, that'll be perfect. It'll line up pretty well with the fan that I have in the wall here. So we'll cut the first one to 30 inches. When you don't have a straight edge, you use what you have. To take 1.5 inches out of the back corner for that notch. I found my circular saw, so I'm going to use that instead of the jigsaw for the first cut. Then we'll use the jigsaw for that piece there. This building's either not square or this. There we go. Take some more off that. Start with securing it with some nice long screws into the main 2x4s there. I use the screws that the brace is called for. Number 12, 1.5 inches. We're going to put the battery up there now just to make sure it holds. Oh wow, that's going to be a high lift. So think about the height. It will fit, but I just didn't think about how tall these are. The board that we have currently is 42 inches long. I don't want it to be that long. I just want it to be about 27. I really don't want this one to stick out, but oh, will it fit? Is it different this way? Yeah, it's a little shorter that way. I think what I'm going to do is use my multi-purpose vibrating saw thingy to cut this off right there. Then I won't have that grabbing me. Let's do that first. Ow, that's hot. Okay. Perfect. Had to pick the heaviest battery today. All my light ones are out of juice. This is a 9 amp hour battery, which is overkill. I'm going to first put the thick cord on the Smart Extra battery. So this is pretty rigid and stiff and short. So you've got to plan ahead of where you want it to be because it's not going to move much. Snaps in. Well, this one's going to be quite hard to lift this high just because I had the advantage of setting this one on top of the other one to give me a lower grip. Just gonna have to get her done. Oh wow. So let me now connect all the cords back to it. Solar from our solar array out there. When we need to charge this on cloudy days or when we're using the air conditioning power coming from the gas generator. It's cloudy right now, so we're only getting 20 watts. And that is precisely why we need this. Use our solar or our gas generator quite often I also bought a new power strip because I was using this, and I don't even know if it has a surge protector in it. Yeah, it does. But I'd rather use that somewhere else. It just doesn't seem like a great solution. So I bought this instead from Home Depot. Normally I wouldn't be sweating this bad because I have a job site fan, dewalt 20 volt fan that I love, and it goes with me everywhere, but makes it hard for you to hear me when I'm using it. So suffering for you a little bit, but I am grateful for your company, and it's worth the trade-off of a little sweat. So when the generator goes on, the gas generator, it will send power to the strip, which automatically turns on 2 of my exhaust fans that I have in here to keep it cooler. Oh my goodness. It's just a bunch of chargers, dewalt, stihl, and Ryobi. I hope all of them have this kind of a thing, so I can mount it right there. I could put these under here and then have more space here to put other things. I think I'll do that, and I can just plug it into this bar, or if I want I can plug it directly into there. Either way, let's measure the distance between these two. Oh, there's got to be a better way. Wish I had a piece of paper on me and I just poke holes through it, but I don't want to move anymore, so I'm just bending a twist tie. Such a heavy battery. Really wish I had one of my other ones charged, and I'm really not good with my left hand. No. Oh, did it? Yes? No? That worked so well. Twist tie in 2 instances, so we're going to do it again. There's so many ways that you can do things if you're too lazy to do them right. Twist tie worked. Makes me want to use my new STIHL chainsaw. Oh, that reminds me, my small STIHL chainsaw also needs to have its charger hung up here. What are the odds that I could get 1, 2, 3, 4 things installed correctly with measuring only through a twist tie? Is this going to be a new thing people everywhere will be doing? Or am I just getting cocky before my mistake? This one could be a mistake. Wow. 4, 4, 4, por favor. Yeah, that seems pretty good, doesn't it? Yeah, that gives me a lot more space. Well, I've got the tools out. I'm going to tackle another project, and that is to keep from happening, what just did. You could see Pumpkin went under the door. There used to be a 4x4 post that spanned the gap down there. I removed that so that I could get the tractor in more easily with the belly mower on it. But I also secured it with rebar on both sides so that it won't come in on itself. But the result now is that there's too big of a gap down there. And I'm not just worried about Pumpkin. I'm also just concerned that if there's that much of a gap, some of the snow might drift in, and I also just don't like how it looks. So I picked up these garage door sealer pieces that have their PVC, and they have this little rubber flap here. And the idea is to put those along that bottom edge so that this flap, just it closes the gap, but also has some flexibility for rocks and sticks and stuff like that. So that's the goal. I'm thinking I don't think that looks bad. It kind of frames the door, and it does the job that I was wanting it to do, kind of sealing that up, keeping some of the snow out. It's keeping out the dangerous critters. Those dangerous little guys. Let's go get her out of there. Pumpkin and I would like to thank you for joining us today as we tackled a couple of these relatively small projects. I'm happy with how both of them went. If you'd like to see more content about living off grid in Michigan, or you just want to see more of this adorable puppy and her crazy antics, please subscribe. We'd love to have you join us. Well, thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.